Yo, what's up? It's your boy Currency 365. Hope you guys are doing well. Legends never die, they stay in our hearts. If you want to support us, click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and also you can come down here and hit the join button under the video or in our channel section. And you can also join our Patreon, patreon.com/currency365. And we also have Cash App and also PayPal for supports if you want to sow some seeds. Peace out. God bless. Enjoy the video and keep the movement going. Legends. Bye. All right. Welcome back to Currency 365. Hope you guys are doing well. It is October 29, 2024. LUNC community, USTC community, LUNA 2.0 community. Markets are Bitcoin was going up. I mean, I think we hit 74,000 there on Bitcoin today. So we're in that 70 to 75,000 range, and we're probably going to consolidate in this range. Or maybe not. I don't know. People have had dreams of all types of crazy stuff. So who knows what we're going to do here? But and we don't know what's going to happen in the Middle East. We don't know what China, Taiwan is going to happen. We don't know when any of these things are going to actually take place. The nuclear hit could happen at any moment, and it would tank the markets, of course, by 50% or more. So, but anyway, there's a lot of things that are unknown on the timing. But we know that we're in that timing of the release, and the end codes are kicking butt right now, and the first time ever codes are continuing to kick butt as well. Okay, so this is the year of patience, right? And next year's the year of action. So you know, we're definitely headed in the right direction, and we just have to stick together and make this thing work for us. Okay, so we can see that LUNC is up to only 2%. We got a massive shuttle burn happening in about 3 days or less. And Mr. Diamond Hands is counting it down for everybody. Today's the 29th. We got 20 to 29. You got 30th, 31. So, if you don't count the day, then you got 2 days. You got 2 days left. And then we'll see when TFL actually burns the shuttle bridge, which is about 250 billion LUNC tokens and 130 something million USTC tokens, and then all eyes turn to the LFG funds, which have 1.8 billion USTC in there, and some LUNC as well. And then all the rest of their wallets, which has billions of LUNC and billions of USTC as well. So we'll see how that all plays out. We'll see when they actually burn everything, and we'll see what happens. All right. So going from there, CZ and Binance conference is happening in Dubai at the same time as TFL is going to be making these burns. So we'll see how it all plays out, folks. All right. So CZ did. Let's go here real quick. CZ did um, uh, tweet. It says, "Feels like everyone is in town." So everybody's flying into Dubai for the Binance conference, and we're hoping to see some surprises. Maybe a Doquan surprise. Maybe Binance will be burning LUNC tokens on November 1st as well, right? So TFL is going to be making the burn, Binance making the burns, community is probably, we got community burns happening. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out and what happens to LUNC over the next coming days and coming weeks. All right. Okay. So let's go back over here and check out the yearly chart. And okay, so you can see that the yearly chart here, we're waiting for that big move, and there's people that are fighting this tooth and nail. This move should have already happened. It's just we have some people that are fighting us tooth and nail here, trying to keep this thing down. Now, the only way that they can do this is if they get tokens, right? Because if they don't have any tokens, then they can't dump it, they can't sell. So, and they can't force the selling pressure on us, right? Unless they buy it themselves and then dump it, right? So, who those people could be? Who are the people that are able to receive a ton of tokens for staking, right? Oh yeah, the validators, right? So when you see that we're having a hard time moving up, it's because somebody's restricting us. meaning somebody's putting sell pressure on us to be able to break out and go to the upside. And it's only the people that actually have tokens that get tokens a on a monthly basis, weekly basis, daily basis, or hourly basis, or a minutes basis that can keep us down, and not be able to break out. And those people are called validators, right? So, yeah. Anyways, and it's the same thing probably happening on Shiba Inu or Shibarium with the validators on there are probably dumping their bone tokens on a daily basis, and is keeping the price of bone down, right? So they're using the validators to suppress their own tokens. What a shame. What a world we live in when we have validators on our own blockchains, on our own communities that hate the coin that they're validating. We are in a new we're definitely in the mark of the beast antichrist system here, because that is just that's just stupidity. But we have that happening in many communities, and that's why you see a lot of these tokens can't move, right? Um, and many of the ones that can't move are staked, right? Except for like Solana, but most of the tokens, and the only reason why Solana is different because number one, they advertise, and number two, their dev team is so ready to become billionaires, right? And they want to make a lot of money, and they make that public, so it's different, right? These other people, they you don't we don't hear from these other people barely, and they don't care about making money, it seems like, which they do. They don't want you to make money, right? So they care about making money for themselves, but they're trying to figure out a way to make money for themselves and not you make money, right? So they'll bring out these other coins or bring out these other projects where they can make money while their token stays flat and you make no money. You know what I mean? And so that's the whole trick now. It's like, come in here, do nothing for the coin, just let it sit there and die, and then just put out all these other projects around it to siphon money out of all the people in the community while you make money, and they say, where's the pump, where's the pump, where's the pump, and it never comes, right? So unfortunately that's what a lot of these people do now. Okay, here's Luna 2.0, 34 cents, trying to get back to 35 cents here, and they're still not minting. And look, this is another example where a token has value, could mint and repeg us USTC, but refuses to do so. I mean, uh, that is just stupidity. But that's the world we live in right now. That's the world we live in, where you have value, you can literally repeg USTC with that by minting tokens and buying back and burning USTC, and you refuse to do so. You refuse to do so. So it's really weird, just really, really, really weird. Now, could the LUNC community do that and say, you know what, screw Luna 2.0. We'll do it. We'll start minting. You know, LUNC. Um, we'll start minting LUNC on a weekly basis and buying back and burning USTC. We'll start doing that, right? If worse comes to worse, if we go through a bull cycle here and we don't get the prices that we need to get to, and we don't reach the goals that we need to, God forbid, right? That's going to be a question that we need to have. We don't have to have that question right now because we have a bull cycle coming, and we got a potential Trump presidency, and that should take care of everything. But let's say that we have a Kamala presidency, and let's say that we don't get to those levels that we were looking to reach because of all of the Gary Gensler stuff and all the people validators suppressing continues, and we don't do as well as we want to do. Well, that's an option that could be on the table, by the summer, could be to actually start minting LUNC again at a small value, at a small pace, slow pace, and using that money to buy back and burn USTC for repay purposes, right? And get us down to that 1 billion, under 1 billion tokens, and repeg back up, back to that dollar range or close to it, and maybe 80 cents, 75 cents, whatever it is, and then shut the mint off again for forever, and then maybe open up staking for USTC, and then start getting all that money into LUNC, and then LUNC, absolutely explodes back to $100. So that could be definitely a thing to think about next summer if we don't see what we need to see. Okay, so there's always options for us. There is options for us, even though we don't want to mint anymore. But that is an option if things don't go the way that is supposed to happen, right? So, all right, but we're praying that it does, so we don't have to even do that. Okay, so the USTC is at 2 cents. I'm shocked that we're not at 20 cents right now. You know what I mean? But either way, it is what it is. Um, it's being programmed a certain way because I already told you guys months ago that I was told. I'm not going to tell you who I was told by, but I was told that it's going to go to a certain price. It was going to break out, go to a certain price, and then it's going to pull back. And then at when it pulls back, it's going to sit in a range, and that is the dinar revaluation range. So we're going to see if that is true or not. So we haven't broken out yet, and so when we do break out, we're gonna pump, and then we're gonna break out. We're gonna hit a top, and then we're gonna pull back. Of course, validators are gonna be dumping. We try to stop it from running, right, and stop it from repegging, and then we're gonna pull back to a certain range, and then the dinar is going to revalue in that range. Okay, so we're still waiting for that to happen. All right, and we haven't seen their dinar revaluation either, have we? So, so far, it's we're on schedule, right? So we're on schedule. We're going to see a pump, and then we're going to see a pullback, and then we're going to see it sit in a range, and that's what the dinar is going to revalue. Okay. And I haven't even told Patreon what that range is, but I think they already know. I think they hindsight they already know. But we will when we get to that range, you're gonna know. You're gonna know because the dinar is gonna be ready to revalue. You know what I mean? And so it's gonna be interesting. All right, it's gonna be fun times. All right, so let's go to what do we want to look at next? We already looked at CZ, so let's go to Galaxy Station and check out what's going on here with proposals. All right, so this one still has 3 days left and 23 hours. This is the reverse tax, and looks like it's going to pass with flying colors, and at least unless something drastically happens. 3 days left to get to a 3 days, basically 4 days left to get to a threshold here. It should have already reached the threshold, but people are lazy and not trying to. Validators ain't voting on anything. All right. I think validators aren't voting because it's Happy Caddy. They're taking their time because it's Happy Caddy Crypto, and he's also made some enemies. Just like we talked about Jesus Lord yesterday, we talked about Happy Caddy has also made enemies as well in this chain. So people are going to take their time with this one because it's him and him. But Strathcode is him and Strathcode the one that did this, and people think it's a great idea. And it's a great thing because then we don't have to do the tax to gas. It's no longer needed, and that means Jesus is Lord Christopher can go ahead with his 1.5% burn tax once this passes. So people are taking their sweet time because they know that Christopher's 1.5% burn tax is going to come out right when this passes. So maybe that's why they're taking their sweet time. I don't know. Okay, so let's watch out for that. This only has 3 days and 24 hours left, so that means today's what, Tuesday? So you got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and it's done. And so Saturday, we could see the 1.5% burn tax could come out on Friday. I mean, Saturday or Sunday or Monday. So let's watch and see. This is going to be very interesting to see if it passes. Okay, so I think it's up in the air. I don't know because I don't know what these people are gonna do. I'm pretty sure Brad's gonna vote yes for it because, like I said before, it's gonna accelerate us to repeg. It's gonna accelerate us to the into the and LUNC to get into the pennies and dollars. And the reason why is because we're going into a bull cycle. If we were going into a bear cycle, then this would probably be a bad idea. You know what I mean? So because the volume is really low. But because we're going into a bull cycle, right, with possibly a Trump presidency, that makes it this is the perfect time for the 1.5% burn tax, right? Because the volume is going to be tremendous in this time period, right? In these next 6 to 18 months, right? So this allows us to burn a lot of tokens and repeg USTC, right? So, but we'll see if it passes or not, right? All right, so let's go over here And let's see, 25 million in burns today. And we have, let's put our differences aside because people are probably thinking right now, man, you guys, a lot of people don't even like each other in the LUNC community. Let's put our differences aside, man. This is a time where we can have the reverse tax pass and then 1.5% burn tax and then a lot of volume come in and reduce our supply by 90% over the next 6 to 18 months. Let's put differences aside and let's get this done for generational wealth. All right. So doesn't matter what you think about me, Christopher, Diamond, Mr. Diamond Hands, Happy Caddy Crypto, and every Strathcole and everybody else in the community. Let's put all that stuff aside and let's become legends, right? 15,000 in burns here today and 15.34% there. And let's see here, Oracle Pool continues, but of course has slowed down, and so that's good. Community Pool to the upside continues, and then Stats is there, 660 million. And nobody burned USTC today. Let's get some USTC burns today, folks. Somebody go ahead and burn, 100 USDC here and 50 here. Just let's get some burns, just like we're doing on this side. Let's make sure we burn some USTC as well. We got 36,000 in burns the last 24 hours. That's pretty good. Okay, and then Classic Node 66 million added, and then Happy Caddy Crypto actually lost 357 million and it's probably because of this reverse tax. Right? So that's interesting. Okay. And then we have 19 validators that missed signatures and the LVS node at the top at once again. All right, so let's wrap it up with this, with the validators top 100. And here's your top 10. Everything looks kosher and the same. Like I said before, we were going to see probably one or two major moves before the elections. We saw TCB come out of the top 10. And they're in the top 15, right? Yeah, they're at number 15 now. And then we saw LUNC Live go into the top 10, and now it's at number 10. So that was two big moves there. Out of the top 10, into the top 10, out of the top, out of the in the top 10, out of the top 10. And then I said that we're probably going to see some. If Trump wins, we're going to see some. Well, either whoever wins, because if Kamala, in my opinion, if Kamala wins, markets are going to go down big. If Trump wins, the markets are going to go down initially and then pump, and then pump. Um, so so it's going to be some big moves anyway from the validators, or there's going to be a lot of big moves here because we don't know. And I'm not picking on any validator. We just don't know who's in here for the long term and who's in here for 305, right? So we don't know which validator has a bunch of people that are about to get out at point zero at 305, or 201 or 202, right? We don't know, right? So I wish everybody was staying for 1 cent plus, but they're not. So we just don't know. It's like a you can just pick. You can go eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and see. And somebody might have. Unfortunately, one of these validators might have 90% of their staking might be from people that are getting out at 0.001, right? And you wake up and 90% of the people have undelegated because their goal was to get to 0.001 and now they're out. So we don't know, right? And so that's going to be a big shift there once we start to get up. And this is one of the reasons why they're fighting against the price from going up, because they don't want people to undelegate, right? And so they're fighting against the price, and the only way they can fight against the price is by using the staking rewards. They don't have nothing else. The only thing they can do is use staking rewards and dump the LUNC and USTC as much as possible and as fast as possible when they get the rewards to keep suppression on the price, because they don't want people to undelegate, right? So validators fighting against their own chain, so that people don't undelegate. It's crazy, but and the only reason why they would do that is because they don't hold LUNC. They don't hold you. If you hold LUNC and USDC, you wouldn't be doing that. You wouldn't be doing that, right? So that tells you that a lot of these validators don't hold LUNC and USDC. They just dump it. Anyways, peace out. God bless. I'll see you guys in the next video.